There's a camera. Oh, you got a camera. Look at it. Okay, great.
All right, here we go. Getting some good momentum here, producer Sean.
We are. I just saw Ray.
Oh, you did
Yes.
you?
Yeah. Well, he's going to take us to dinner tonight.
He is.
He is.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. He's probably gonna have us buy, but
He said he would buy.
what?
Yeah, I know.
Well, I'm excited about that. Let's get on with this. If you would, real quick, just give us your name, who you're with, and kind of what you do.
Yeah, so my name is Michael Lepich. I'm at Point One Navigation out of San Francisco. I head up alliances there, so I see a lot of partners here, a lot of relationships at this particular event, and also obviously help out with the sales team as we meet people who need our services. So Point One Navigation, we are RTK provider, which means we provide RTK signals globally. We have a network globally to back that up, and which we can talk about a little bit more. We also have a software solution that OEMs can embed directly into their devices, whether they're rovers or drones or race cars or whatever. So basically a platform end to end for precise location and precise navigation.
So talk about the network a little bit. Like how big is the network? What's the coverage like?
Coverage is all of Europe, United States, Japan, Australia, Korea, New Zealand.
Wow.
So yeah, pretty broad coverage.
Yeah.
And coming from one provider pretty much makes us a global provider to these OEMs.
How did you go about building such a massive network?
That is one of the biggest differentiators from us versus other providers. We actually build our own base stations and deploy those. Those are just for internal use, so we don't sell them. And we have about 2,000 base stations out there in the world today, striving to have somewhere between 30 to 50 kilometer distance baseline and anywhere in the United States and Europe, and then obviously the other areas as well.
So what's the corrections? Is it providing like centimeter accuracy? What is
that's the goal. 10 centimeters for the virtuals who actually have a virtual RTK SSR offering, and then the direct baseline, it's trying to get that down to a centimeter.
Wow.
How long did it take to build a network that big?
That's been going on for, I want to say 5 years. I've only been with the company for a year. So, some things are lost in the fog of time, but And
that's still 5 years.
We're ramping up. Yeah. So we now have a factory in Europe to build out our European network.
Wow.
So made in Europe, deployed in Europe, operated in Europe.
How do you decide where to go?
Yeah, ask that.
You just look for holes, or do you get customer demand, or?
Yeah, so we are driven by our customers. We work closely with our OEMs and their production rollout schedules of when they're going to be deploying and selling their machines in different geos. And actually, we're part of their plan of rollout to make sure that there's coverage there. So if we don't have it yet, then we deploy.
And the bases, sorry, Russ, he's chomping at the bit here. The bases, like how do you determine where they're placed? Like, do you pay people to put a base on their building or something? Like, how do you establish those locations?
So we have different relationships for the locations of the base stations, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're commercial operators of chains of stores, or sometimes they're cell towers. And we have relationships with cell tower companies. So these are all commercial, leased arrangements with everything that goes with it. Very different from some of the other providers that are more, dorm room, rooftop type thing.
One more question, Russ, and then you can talk, I promise. What is the business model? Is it a subscription? Base? Okay.
So we actually still to this day service individual operators that have a single device that need RTK. So you can come on, and sign up for that. And that's like a no-touch self-service model. Our primary business model is working directly with the OEMs, like I said, driving their whole life cycle for the licenses and for the devices, and being the back end basically for their devices. And the pricing there is negotiated. So it's very, very, very competitive. It's nothing like what you see on the website.
Interesting.
I had a few questions actually. So you said the average baseline was 15 kilometers?
50 is what we go
50,
for. Yeah.
Okay. And they're 1 second epic?
So I'm not very technical.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to geek out, I can bring somebody here.
Have you met Russ?
Our resident geek.
Oh, I just had a question about constellations and also in this trying time of the government being shut down,
Yes.
as we're all aware as Americans, Opus is down. I'm not sure if you know what Opus is, the online positioning system that most people use to submit their static data. I was curious if your service also offers submitting someone collected static data with your receiver. Could they upload it and then you triangulate off of your base stations to similar to like Javad with DPoS?
I don't think we do
Okay.
that. We have our own base station, so that's the source of our source, our truth.
Yeah.
And then the constellations we pay attention to, we use telemetry chipsets inside our base station, so
Yeah.
we see all the 4, 5 constellations.
Excellent.
So 4
So Baidu and Galileo,
Galileo,
GLONASS.
all
Yep.
the thing.
Yep.
So we can provide that global coverage.
Excellent.
And yeah, so from that perspective, I don't know what the impact is on this other thing you talked about in terms of static data uploads and things.
Okay, yeah.
I think we contribute to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I would assume you're probably at 1 second epics if you're controlling that. What is that? An IndyCar?
That is an IndyCar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't.
That's a attention
I can't
grabber.
imagine 30-second epics, but if you're going 200 miles an hour, the corrections will be coming every 30 seconds. So it's probably 1 second.
Yeah, so we can actually send. So it depends on the OEM, and this is
Yeah.
definitely a high frequency use case here. So we can go as high as 10 hertz
Yeah.
RTK signal. So, but yeah, those cars are definitely pushing the boundaries of what.
Sure.
That's amazing. I worked on the first one done in America. I worked on the Hard Rock. I did the laser scanning for the final lift there. And the turns that the speed they come into before they make the turns.
Yeah.
And it's wild to me that thing that you have sitting out there is being driven by their RTK, correct? Is that
Yeah,
correct?
that's right.
That's
They're using
incredible.
our
That
base
is
systems to
amazing.
drive
That is incredible.
Yeah.
That specific car actually set the record on, I think it maybe the Monza track or one of the other tracks. So
Wow.
it'd actually be driving like piloted vehicles, human piloted vehicles.
We're here.
It's-
We're here.
It
I
is.
know.
It's a real
We're
deal.
not going to need humans anymore. We're going to be outdated.
But how did it, what's the advantage of how did it beat the record of humans? Just because there's no fear or like, I mean,
No. Yeah.
like,
No hesitation.
They're just able to optimize, they
Yeah.
run the track many times to learn the track. It's actually an AI that's learning the track as it goes.
yeah.
So by the time, they're
So
actually
crazy.
racing, it's highly optimized.
Yeah. Like Waymo racing,
Yes.
right? So what's the differentiator? Like you said, it's a very competitive market, right? And others are providing very similar services to what you guys provide.
Right.
What is the differentiator for you?
I think the fact that we manage, operate, and basically run our own network, and the level of transparency that we provide around that is very different. Like we actually tell people where the stations are. You can zoom in on a map and see exactly where it is. So if you need coverage in a particular area, you can see how far your baseline is. And the other really important part for the OEMs is we provide a full life cycle management for the devices and the licenses. So the OEM can embed that RTK N-trip credential in the factory, can operate it, test it in the factory, ship it to a distributor. The distributor can show they can sell it. And then when the user actually turns it on to use the machine, they don't know that there's N-trip in there. Like they no longer have to go in and configure it. It's all done from the factory. And that's when the license actually starts running. So that providing that whole back end so the OEMs can do business and really take that precise location piece of part of their product, completely automate all that. It's a huge win for them and accelerates their time to market.
Wow.
It's awesome.
And if I was wanted to purchase for myself, right? And I'm in a zone where it's far apart, right? And I need it closer. And I purchased from you. Could I also get a base, let's say, to put on my house or my office and create and add to the network that way?
Yeah, that's a great
Excellent.
question. If you're an OEM who's making more than 10 machines of anything, you can request to have what we call base station on demand.
Yeah.
So you'll pinpoint, hey, I'm testing. I've got customers in this area. I need a station nearby. we will deploy that for you and make it part of the station, part
Yeah.
of our network. If there's a lack of sites nearby, we might ask you to help find a site and
Yeah.
secure the site part of it. But we will roll the truck and we will install and get that.
Wow, that's great.
That's cool.
Even for our, let's just say a survey company, I had my own survey company, even to do it for a single subscriber, if they needed it, they were,
For a single subscriber, probably not so much.
okay.
But yeah, because we don't sell our stations, they're not part of our commercial model at all.
Oh, I'm sorry. So this is for like a reseller or maybe,
Whoever is using
Yeah.
our service, who's ever subscribed to the service.
I
So,
see.
Yeah, so we
Okay.
will roll and install it, that station as part of our network.
I
It's just an
understand. Yeah.
extension of our network
Yeah.
and it's our station.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's different. We have run into situations where somebody just temporarily needs something somewhere.
Yeah.
And then, maybe they need to use their own base station
Mhm.
for that spot for temporarily. But typically we try to provide service wherever the customer is.
Oh, that's great.
It's awesome.
And so-
There's a lot of like flexibility there.
Yeah. And
That's
it's
cool.
constantly, the network's
Constantly
constantly growing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's permanent.
Yeah.
And that's a permanent installation, so they're permanent.
Yeah.
Do you have a benchmark? So right now you're at 50 kilometers, let's say. Do you have like a roadmap where you're like, oh, by 2030, we'd love to have that down to, 30 or a number?
Just keep filling in.
Yeah, like to keep
Yeah.
tightening and outpace everyone.
The biggest demand seems to be geography, just getting more coverage into more remote areas. We have
Yeah.
a lot of use cases. We have companies that are striping roads in, distant places. We have customers that are running tractors. So
Yeah.
that just like geographic expansion right now seems to be the primary
Gotcha.
model rather than densification. That
Yep.
said, densification is part of the plan.
Yes.
And we do it like, we actually now have a factory in Europe and are building base stations here in Europe for the European market.
Oh, wow.
So we're deploying somewhere between 50 and 100 base stations a month now here.
Holy cow.
So
Yeah.
so it's very
awesome.
rapidly. That's fine.
Awesome.
What's the most prevalent use case that you see? You said, in their base, in their rovers or in their
Yeah.
lawnmowers, or what do you see most of the application?
Indy cars.
Yeah.
I'm not sure IndyCars is a market.
Yeah, that's like the least
Yes.
expensive part on that thing, probably.
Well, there's just been this huge surge in mowers recently.
Okay, yeah.
All sorts of startups and big established companies. And so we're
Yeah.
making significant inroads in that. Mowers are pretty tricky. They're slow moving. They need to be precise. So we actually tuned our onboard engine specifically for that use case. So that is one thing that we do. As soon as we see a trend, then we will optimize the algorithm that runs on the rover. If they're buying our engine, so we're doing dual antenna solutions. So we will typically, we did that for drones as well. The last mile delivery is also a hot new thing right now. So those applications all require some special tuning. So we engage and deliver solutions then for those use cases.
Is it harder to do the positioning for something that goes slower than something that goes faster?
Actually, that's a deep question, but yes, my understanding is that it's harder. to do
Interesting.
Slower, yeah.
Yeah. What about autonomous vehicles? Are you guys that market at all?
So we do have autonomous automotive manufacturers as customers.
Nice.
And we've worked with some tier ones there. That's a tough market,
Yep.
and super long sales cycles. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, we're active there.
Very cool. A lot of liability has to go along with that.
The lawnmower thing, I've been seeing it on TikTok, and I know this is gonna date me, but it always makes me think of Maximum Overdrive. Do you remember that movie?
Oh,
where,
yeah,
like,
I do
the
remember.
soda machines and lawnmowers came alive.
Yeah.
Not quite Wally yet.
Yeah.
Well, how do our listeners find out more?
So point1nav.com is the place to go. We're in the middle of creating a bunch of great content, use cases, case studies, really going up quickly now. And come by our booth here. Yeah.
Yep.
Check out the race car.
Can you sit in the race car?
There's no pilot space.
Oh.
That's all.
Oh, yeah, yeah, there's no seats.
There's no
Yeah,
seat.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's,
There's a robot there.
you can sit on top of the race car.
Yeah.
No, there's a sign. You can't.
All right. Well, hey, we Really appreciate your time. It's
Yeah.
been a great conversation.
Awesome.
Excited to learn more about the company and
Yeah.
yeah, good luck with everything.
Thanks for having us.